Hey, good morning. It's been a while since I put a video out. This video is pretty much about what I plan on, what I'm going to be doing over the next few months, and probably won't be as many videos coming out, but I'm pretty much going to keep y'all in the loop of um, as I'm going to kind of start prepping. I'm not going to be as serious. I mean, I guess I'm not going to be like all my energy is going to be involved with, prepping. Um, if the shit hit the fan, it was more or less, it was an experience that we just encountered a few days ago. We lost power here, and it's kind of wild, how you feel so vulnerable when you don't have any power. We're not on a well or anything like that. We're on, well, it's a city well, so we don't have a private well. So thank God we still had water. This house has two fireplaces. The downfall on that, when the power blip, it came back on for like maybe 4 or 5 minutes. And once the power lost, the fireplace went out. They're gas fireplaces. So those are useless if you lose power. And I guess the reason I want to do some prepping is because we are in the mountains, and this can happen. I don't know, this winter, who knows? We could get 3, 4, 5 feet of snow, lose our power. And it was funny, the neighbor next door has been here for 20 years and said they never lost power. Well, maybe they weren't home when it happened, but this is the second time we've lost power. It wasn't for days or anything like that. It was a couple hours this last time. The previous time before that was like 3.5 hours. But it's just kind of what I'm going to be working on and what's important that I have to focus on during the next few months. I know food and water is important to have. So resources, definitely. I guess it's more or less for heating the house. That's why I'm gonna get serious as far as to be ready for it. If that does happen again, I'm not gonna feel vulnerable. We have hot water heat, so it's a boiler. And yeah, let's go downstairs and kind of see what I'm talking about, what I'm gonna be looking to do. Okay, I'm down in the garage, and the primary source of heat for this garage, the garage has to have heat. This garage cannot freeze. There is water in the garage, besides all the piping for radiant heat. As you can see all this is all the domestic water, hot and cold, coming across, and then obviously all the new water and all the new drain lines. It's not so much the drain line I'm worried about. Above, we got hot water that goes, it'll be buried up. I got to patch all this stuff up, make that right. It's primarily all the P-traps too in here, because water sits in here. And I know I got to soffit this off, and that's my plan, get this all soffited and insulate it, so you have a little bit more of a window of it taking longer to freeze, because water pipes, I gotta still finish the 2 lines to hook up to the shower. These there'll be about, I would say from this point, just over about 30 inches of exposed copper in here. I can't do nothing about. It is what it is. But what I'm going to be working on, this is a 9,000 watt generator, and one fuel tank will run 19 hours. So it's actually, what does it say? It's actually peak watts, 75 running watts, 7,500, 9,500. That's what it is. It's a push start. It's got a remote start, and we bought this generator couple years ago. You know, kind of starting to do prep stuff, but you know, never that house were no longer there. So this house this summer is what I'm going to focus on. But the thing I'm going to change is this electric going in, I'm going to disconnect this, put a plug there, and where I could unplug it and plug it in real quick, where I'll have garage heat off that generator. Due to the fact of all the water that's up above for hot water heat and the water that's out here, once you open that garage door, you got instant cold in here. So that's going to be my first order of business that I want to be getting done ASAP. I know we're going into summer, but it's funny. It's at least I have time to prepare myself. Yeah, I could do a sub panel and then get another like a heavier cord that I could run 30 amps from the generator. Also, but I think in the meantime for the quick, we'll see, because with I don't even want to know what, so I have to have the generator outside. I probably would have to have like a 40-foot, 50-foot run of I don't know, number 6 wire, number 8, and to go into a sub panel to feed that. I'm just going to do the quick way for now, but the heater's going to get a plug where I can unplug it and then plug the generator in that, and I have heat in the garage. The second thing I'm going to do, same thing for the boiler. I'm going to do the same thing there. So it's just a quick pump the generator outside, and actually in here, this is my line. This is the home run to the panel that feeds this, and this is the line that feeds there's a fuse box, and this is to the boiler. So I may do it in here. I don't know. I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure how I'm going to do this yet. I know technically that's not to code. I'd rather have the sub panel. I'm just trying to do a quick fix. I got to play around with this to see how I do, because there's something else is feeding out of here, and I'm not happy about that. The boiler should be on its own. So someone added this. Not sure where this goes. And that's not good. There should be nothing else coming off that power. So I got to figure that out. But that'll be the second thing. The boiler and that garage heater are the two most important things. Having heat in the house, we don't have to worry about things freezing. I know the garage itself, except for this 4-gang outlet, that's on its own breaker, but every outlet is on one circuit, which is fine. It's a 20 amp circuit. And garage outlets 14A. So this upper one where my finger is, the 20 amp, that's all the garage outlets. And did I tag that one? I didn't tag this one. Let's see, I'll just see where the wire goes. But the reason I want to have that in order is because we bought a freezer, and we're going to get this filled with meat. It's a 20 cubic upright freezer, and we're going to be that whole cow I talked about in the past. So this August, this thing will be filled, and then I'll actually well, not that you need beer, but this will be filled with probably juices, and got some water. I'm going to start getting a lot of water. But those are the things I'm going to be working on in this summer. I'm glad it's not going into winter, because it did stink. Then I got to find the fridge circuit upstairs. But I know the ideal way to do this is to really have the backup emergency panel. Maybe get just a little 30, 50 amp panel You get all, it'd be way easier doing that. And but it's a matter of, can I get to that stuff? I got tons of extension cords. That's the quick fix. You run the generator outside, plug this stuff in, and you got heat right now. It's a matter of running other extension cords off the generator. Generator has two 20 amp plugs. So on the generator itself, it's got a 30 amp. That would be where I would run the wire from here to the sub panel, and then I could have, like, say, all the fridges on it, the boiler and the heater, and then I don't have to worry about running. And then it's got two 20 amp circuits to run other miscellaneous things. Like I said, my primary thing, these things actually are really cool. Press the run, you press this button, start right up. I haven't started this generator yet. I am going to do a test run for sure, see how it works. And yeah, right now it's got a battery. I keep her on charge. Might as well keep it plugged in. So that day, last thing you want to have happen is you run out of power, you don't have that plugged in, and then you're trying to pull start. So you can pull start it. Also, forget that, you got a remote. I can turn it on, turn it off. Like I said, it holds, I think, 7 gallons of fuel. It'll run 19 hours. So that's my backup power, and something I'm going to be working on. Whoever's into prepping or whatever, I'm just going to take this slow, but definitely for heating. Garage heater and the boiler, those are priority. To be, you know, just unplug it at the outlet and boom. The house itself held the heat in the house actually pretty good. It was, I think after those 2 hours, the main living room, I mean, it dropped 1 degree, but you know, it wasn't that cold out. It was 30 degrees out. But if it was minus 20, I mean, that's where I would get nervous with this garage, with all the water in here, a pipe's freezing, and you got a bigger mess. But keeping warm is priority. I felt comfortable with food in that. That's why we put a gas stove in upstairs. We took the electric stove out. I was able to make breakfast still. Just used a lighter to light the burner. Can't use the ovens. But then I got a grill, and I got 4 propane tanks total, and making sure those are all filled. I got 7 7-gallon fuel tanks, and so that would, between the fuel tanks I have, the gas cans, and I always try to keep my truck on full. So I don't know how big the tank is in there. I'm thinking a 26 gallon. So that's another 3 days of fuel. Then obviously if there's gas stations open and that, the roads are drivable. I'm trying to be sustainable with a power outage for a week. I'm not doing this prepping for if the world shit hits the fan. But if it does, I want to be prepared with that too, so to speak. But I gotta take it step by step, little by little. And, you know, like I said, with the water, you know, behind me, I only got 4 cases of water. I want to make sure I have enough meat, you know, so the freezer will be filled this summer with about 350 pounds of meat. And yeah, I think that's about it. When I start doing some of this stuff, we'll check in later. Another thing I did get, and I'm going to get slowly also, because if I don't have lighting in the house, I just started buying candles. I mean, These were cheap, $4 a piece. So I got 6. I'm going to plan on filling up this drawer. I think if I have this drawer filled with candles, that should be sufficient for a situation where you can still see. Yeah, anyone out there that's, are preppers, heavy preppers. I mean, I do have shotguns, rifles, so if I have to get game food. That would be if the world collapses and now we got plenty of venison out here. Lots of deer. So yeah, hands down, I would be, I guess, learning how to gut a deer and cut the meat, I guess. I don't know. You do what you have to do to survive, I guess. But hope it doesn't come to that ever. But like I said, this is just a slight prep for if we lose power for a week, if we're stranded here for a week. That's what I'm starting out at. And yeah, I like to get some advice from you if there's any preppers out there. So this is something like I said, it's something I'm going to be starting. We've always wanted a freezer with to store meat because we do buy a lot of meat, and obviously if everyone's watching the meat costs at the grocery stores, they're quite getting expensive. And I'm not into vegan crap. I'm a carnivore. We're put on this earth to eat meat. That's your best protein in the winter time. What if you can't buy plants? What if someone sprays all the, I mean, yeah, that could affect cows and that. But that's why by having meat, rice, beans, we are slowly working on that stuff too. And I don't know how long of an inventory we really have. We're limited with space here. And, we'll see. I actually looking into steel containers also. And probably cheaper than a shed, but I don't know if they'll allow me to have a steel container on my property here. I don't have covenants or HOAs, but I don't know. That would be a great resource to store canned goods and rice. But I'm probably going to end up doing some sort of shed to get the main power tools out of here. And then I'm just going to use my garage that's attached to the house as my storage. So like this whole back wall, everything back here will be all shelving and more food products. But I know I can't do this overnight. It's going to take time. But the first things, priority, like I said before, I'll say it again, heat in the house, most important, because if these pipes freeze, you can't live in, you need domestic water, you need this, you need that. Even if water isn't working, you still need water. So working on that too. But yeah, I like to get some ideas, advice. If any you that do prep, I've watched different shows, so but I'm just looking at I go to the store and buy 2 cases of water. I just started doing that last week, and I want to keep doing it. I'm going to keep doing it throughout the summer. I like to get about 40 of those, 40 cases, and if I get 40 cases, I'll feel, that'll maybe get us through a month. But like I said, I hope that part doesn't happen. This is more or less a power outage if it went for a week. That's my first goal. First step. Baby steps. All right, y'all. Well, thanks for watching The Crippled Handyman. And if you have any comments, leave some advice, tips on what I should take and do. I appreciate it. God bless.